To help us conduct our first experiment of the year at the Triangle, Cameron Fugel arranged for his colleague, Brock Wilson, to fly a second helicopter out to the ranch.
Thanks for your help in bringing your beautiful machine out.
Thanks for having me.
I know we've spoken before and talked a little bit about the experiment that we want to perform in the air over the Triangle out there.
Yes.
Broadcasting some signals between the helicopters, also down to the ground. As Travis likes to say, you'll be flying a push broom pattern at various altitudes, starting at low altitude and going to high.
And how high up are we going?
5,000 to 6,000 feet at the top end.
Okay. Great.
Well, let's get these birds in the air.
All right.
Let's go to work.
I will be in Chopper 1 with Brock, and Eric will be in Chopper 2 with Thomas and Cameron. And we're going to ascend in a synchronized pattern to identify the actual size of the area above the Triangle that we call the anomalous zone. Got a GPS tracker here that I want to tape to your skids.
Okay.
This is where we've documented many anomalies or strange occurrences like UAPs, bizarre radio signals, and GPS errors between about 31 to 10,000 feet in the air. So as we ascend to various altitudes, I'm going to transmit a 1.6 gigahertz frequency signal over to Eric. That's a signal we've been detecting frequently on the ranch during many of our experiments. And it's left us baffled because that frequency is reserved by the military for tracking communications between satellites and the ground. So it's got us questioning who's making those transmissions on the ranch and why.
I'll have you hold on to that.
And since it's been an effective tool in past experiments, we're also planning to launch rockets to probe the area and try and stimulate phenomena to occur above the Triangle.
What elevation are we at, Cameron?
We're at 700 feet, AGL. Hey guys, do you there? Right over the Triangle?
Yep.
Right here.
All right, what do we got now? Nothing. Nothing. Oh, just came back in strong. They just passed us in the Triangle.
I think that's where you lost it last time, was over there.
Yeah, I think we lost on the north edge.
That's the same spot they lost it last time. When the two helicopters reached 700 feet above the Triangle, we finally saw that a clear pattern in the signal disruption was indeed occurring. Every time Cameron's helicopter passed through the northern region of the anomalous zone, the signal between the choppers was broken. So that made me think we should go up a lot higher to see what would happen next.
All right, I say we go up to 3,000 and we turn around, okay?
Okay, going up to 3,000.
Tell Brian he's good to launch.
Yeah, Dragon, you're good to launch.
Copy that. We'll go ahead and launch the rocket here.
Once we got up to 3,000 feet, it was time to launch a rocket to see if we could stimulate whatever this anomaly was to appear, or at least see if we could get some GPS data to pinpoint its position.
Rocket's going up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The rocket's away. The rocket's away.
Rocket's away, confirmed.
You see that GPS jump?
Yep.
Looks like he instantaneous changed altitude.
I don't think Brock did that. GPS data is showing the helicopter making this big jump. And what we're looking for with these blue dots is a consistent movement across the screen. So if there's anything outside of a regular interval between these dots, that's some anomalous activity. So we have a pretty good GPS anomaly right there, I'd say.
Dragon, we got no GPS position.
Looks like we're missing some data already. So we're missing GPS points? Is that what you're saying, Caleb?
Yes.
Yeah, you are missing a lot of data.
I want to try transmitting this signal from a stationary position on the ground. Brock, drop me off at the Triangle. Once I figured out that Eric was receiving my signal when his chopper was on the south side of the Triangle, but then was blocked by something whenever he reached the north side, I wanted to see what would happen when I broadcast a signal from my generator on the ground to Eric in Chopper 2 in the air.
Hey, Cameron.
Can you get 300 feet above the Triangle and see if you can pick up Travis's signal?
Roger.
Go ahead, radio up to him, Dragon. Tell him I'm in position. I am broadcasting.
Hey, Cameron, Travis is in position and he is broadcasting the 1.6. Confirming if you can see that signal or not.
Nothing. It's been completely clear. It's as if something's blocking that signal from coming up.
It's been completely clear. We're getting nothing.
They're getting something?
No, they're getting nothing.
They're getting nothing right there? Sam, they're not getting anything right over us, and we're broadcasting from right here to there. They've got 300-foot line of sight.
So Travis is gonna walk out to the south of the triangle and have you pass over him and see if you pick it up away from the triangle.
Did you copy that, Eric?
Yeah, I got it.
Are they getting anything?
Are you guys picking anything up from here?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, Eric can see it now. We got it.
Yeah, he can see it.
He could see it here, but he couldn't see it there. That's crazy.
So you were only about 300 feet above the triangle and couldn't pick it up, and now at 1,000 feet away, you're picking it up. That's interesting.
So once I got out far away from the triangle, the signal connection worked perfectly. As scientists, this is the kind of data that really excites Eric and me because it showed repeatedly that something we couldn't see was blocking the signal. But now, we have a lot of data to crunch and video files to scrub through to see if something even more impressive was captured today above the triangle.
What I'm going to show you is the live GPS data that was wirelessly streamed down during the flight. This is from Brock's helicopter. I've located the command center or the helipad here with a white feature. So, you know, the elephant in the room here, of course,
Where'd all the data go?
is, well, the gaps, exactly. Clearly, we don't have a fully continuous path here.
We knew that Cameron's GPS was malfunctioning or being blocked by something during the experiment, but seeing the gaps in Brock's GPS data was really baffling. According to our tracking system, Brock's helicopter literally disappeared and then reappeared. So what in the world did that mean?
I've got a clip that I want to show you from the skid of the helicopter looking downward. I'll just play it through. Tell me if you see.
This is Cameron's helicopter?
Yeah.
Oh, right there.
Right, it was across the bottom, right?
Yeah.
Back up, Eric.
Okay. Okay, I'm just taking it back one frame at a time.
There's a white
White streak right there.
Yeah. Leave it there a minute, Eric. I got to look at it with my eyeballs.
Do you see any internal structure there?
Well, so what you do see are two lines in the middle that are saturated, meaning they're as hot as they can be, or as bright as they can be.
So what does that tell you?
Well, so it tells me one of two things. There are either two structures to it, or it's two objects.
Wow.
We've seen all kinds of UAPs in the last few years above Skinwalker Ranch. Some have looked like orbs of light, and some have actually looked like they could be nuts and bolts crafts. But this one, or these two if they were separate objects, appeared to be physical crafts. So what was this, and was it related to all the signal disruptions that we experienced during the experiment? They're offset like this, right?
So we should see if that persists in the next frame.
Yeah, that's what I was going to see.
Okay.
Go a frame back or forward.
Forward. Okay, there it is.
Same thing, same thing.
You want to go one more?
Yep,
Okay, so you've got it right there.
yep.
Now forward, and here we are again.
Same thing. Same thing.
Do we have an estimation on the size of the object?
Yeah, you can see that that's about the same length as the bed of the pickup truck.
That's a great scale comparison.
This is a short bed, so it's
5.5 foot.
There you go, 5.5 foot. So what you got there is a 5-foot object in the field of view of this camera.
Yeah.
Have we seen anything exactly like this before? I don't have a memory of seeing something exactly like this one.
I don't think exactly, no.
You know, a lot of what we see is either spherical or approximately spherical or kind of fuzzy. In this case, I don't think it has a precedent. I don't think we know what these things are. I'm not sure that we can classify them, but we're going to just continue collecting data of this kind every time we go to altitude and see if they form some kind of pattern.
We got to figure out where are they going to and where are they coming from.